A content creator on TikTok ran a social experiment, and she called dozens of churches to see if they would help her baby get formula. I want you to listen to one of these calls, and then let's talk about it.
First Baptist Dallas, this is Sheila. May I help you?
Hi, yes. Nobody answered when you switched me over.
No one answered. Did you leave a message for them?
No, I'm just trying to, I mean, she's gone all night and all day without formula, so I'm just trying to make sure, like, somebody can answer. So I didn't know if you could just let me know if it's something that y'all could do.
I'm not aware of any programs that we have like that to help you. Sorry.
Okay, hold on just 1 second while I turn off my baby, okay? Okay, so I'm actually conducting a social experiment to see if churches would help feed a starving baby. Hello?
So, what would you like for me to say?
I mean, honestly, my next question is, are you pro-life? Is your church pro-life? That's the second time. That's why I'm kind of hung up on.
The vast, probably 80, 90% of the churches that she called said something very similar. This is my problem with the church itself. The church, specifically the white evangelical church, has turned Christianity into a religion. They're not people of faith. We always hear the phrase, what would Jesus do? I'm going to tell you what I think he would do. If I was the pastor, ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't have any extra funds for that, but this is what I'm going to do for you. Tell me where you are. I will pick you up and I will take you to Costco. I will buy you 3 months worth of formula. If you need diapers or wipes, I financially am in a tough position, but you need this more than I do. I believe as a person of faith, this is what it means to serve our community. This is what I mean. This is what it means to love thy neighbor as thyself. Do you see that from a lot of MAGA with red hats? You see judgment, demonizing people, calling them sinners, telling them they're going to hell. This is what's missing within the church. For those churches, it's not about Jesus. It's about maintaining their religious ideology of we're pro-life. The lady hung up the phone, didn't she? Because they're not pro-life. They will force women to give birth, even at the detriment of their own lives. And once the baby's born, they don't care if it's shot in a school, if it starves to death, if it needs baby formula, if it needs health care. They won't do a damn thing about it. But they will spend their time going in front of Planned Parenthood and speaking out against women getting the health care that they need. By the way, in Texas, women have a 56% increased mortality after Roe versus Wade. Women are literally dying from not getting the health care they need. Go look at the horrible story of Adriana Smith and Amber Thurman. They're not pro-life, they're forced birth. When you raise people in a church, especially this white evangelical church, its main purpose, to be honest, is to maintain the white male patriarchy. That's it. When they told people to vote for this orange man, they didn't care about the lives of Amber Thurman or Adriana Smith. They didn't care about E. Jean Carroll or the 25 women that he assaulted or the officers that lost their lives on January 6th. They didn't care about any of their lives. They wanted to maintain their religious agenda. Looking at that, this same group of people, the original MAGA, crucified Jesus in the name of God. Why? Because Jesus refused to conform to their religious ideology. Not faith, their religious ideology. Christianity has been hijacked by white supremacy. That's just a fact. They don't care about lives other than the ones that look like them. That's why you saw so many people leave the church when they wouldn't say the name of a racist podcaster, because they were never there for God to begin with. And these people that she's calling were never there for God. They were there to push religious agendas. Jesus never said to be a religious person. He said to have the faith of a child. If you had the faith of a mustard seed, you could move mountains. This is why I do this. I consider myself a person of faith. Christianity has turned into a religion. I don't consider myself a religious person. Religious people justify voting for a rapist and a convicted felon. A person of faith stands up and says, that's not what Jesus would stand for. Why do you? Have a good day.